good morning, afternoon or evening, depending on when you're watching this and where you're watching this, of course. So, thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the centre of the UK in the market town of Brackley. This week I've been using the Quite Curvy and the Curvy Christmas set of stamps with the matching dies, and today I thought I would use this pine branch to make a wreath card using the Stamparatus. It sort of calls out for it because it's sort of curved at a nice angle. So let me show you the cards that we've made earlier this week whilst anybody else joins us, and then we'll get crafting. So let me show you those. So very quickly, I'm just going to run through these. So this was the one that we did yesterday. So these were my rainbow cards. Some of them are stamped and some of them are done using the dies. This one is stamped going down using the Stamparatus. Morning Tracy, morning Jeanette. This one is the same but with a different sentiment. And this was the one I did with the dies yesterday. Just coming down in approximate sequence for a rainbow. It's not a true rainbow, but you get the idea. Oh, jolly good, Carol. I'm really pleased it helped you. And then on Monday we created these ones here. So using the die here, just a single one, and mixing it with the stamps. And then the floral version of that. And this was the one that I did prior to the session. It's my sample one. So really versatile set of stamps and dies. So today's card is going to be a variation of this one. So I'm just going to use that sort of pine branch on the Stamparatus to create a wreath. The little corners here are done using our trio corner punch that has the 3 different punches built into it. So this is a fairly straightforward one to do. Much easier on the Stamparatus, but you could do this manually as well if you wanted to. It just depends on your style, whether you want it to look natural or a little bit more in line. Hi Janice. So let us get cracking. So I've done this obviously on a square card, and I've chosen a small piece of white. So this is 9.5 centimeters square, and it will go onto a 10 centimeter square card, which is approximately 4 inches by 4 inches. So I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus. Let's take that stamp off there from yesterday. And I'm using the Stamparatus template that I created. It's not an original one. I just created it by doing some different squares and then turning them round. If you haven't got a Stamparatus template, then I have this as a PDF. So just comment or email me or message me with your email address and I can pop it across to you. Just makes life a lot easier. This is just printed on copy paper, but you could print it out and laminate it. Morning, Carol. Wasn't expecting to see you. So I'm going to start off with my piece of card going acrossways like that. Let's just grab a magnet off the bottom. I might put one of my lights on because it do seem to have got a little bit of shadow from the window. Hopefully that will be a little bit better. So I'm just going to place that there. Just going to put my magnet in the middle really to hold it in place. It's not absolutely critical that it's dead in line because of the way that it's going to work round. And then I always start with the flat piece at the top because that's the shortest dimension from the center to the top. If you start with it up here and put your stamp right up in here, it's very easy then to take it right off the edge of the card. So I will always do it that way round to start with, okay, for a wreath design. So what I'm going to do is just pop this stamp on here. Okay, and I've got a fairly near the end. This is actually a smaller piece than my one I did yesterday. And pick that up with the Stamparatus plate. And what I'm going to do is ink up in garden green, nice bright Christmas green. Stamp it and then move this around and stamp it again. That's my intention. Let me pop an ink pad underneath here. Hi Verity. Are you joining me after your live? Is it Wednesday you do a live? If it is, I'll have to pop over. We'll all have to pop over and see you. Okay, so I've inked up my stamp like that. I'm going to pop it on to there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is a second generation stamping when I've turned this round, like so. There we go. Okay, so you get the light and the dark of the leaves. Whiz it round again, and then we're just going to repeat that on all four sides. Let me move this over a little bit. That's better. Otherwise you can't see my stamping. Not that you really need to see the inking up at all. So turning this round. So the only reason I do this with the second generation stamping is just to get that depth with the lighter one in the background to make it look like it's a couple of layers. Now this stamp set also has these lovely leaves here, like mistletoe leaves, and they would also work. Right, so flat for my first generation. Oh, I thought you did. Oh, I thought you did that. I'm sorry. Well, you need to give it a go. Morning, Jill. There we go. And then the pointed one is the second generation. Like so. And then the next one. So very easy with the Stamparatus. As I say, if you haven't got a template, there's plenty of templates around. You can obviously create your own one as well. But if you haven't got one and you want to file with it, just let me know. There we go. So that's one layer of my wreath. So what I'm actually going to do so if you look at this one here, my sample one, it's much wider, is I'm going to lift the stamp and bring it down and do the same thing. Just wipe that down so I don't cover everything in ink. Oh, nice. A robin inside. Oh, that would be well cute, wouldn't it? Okay, so remember to bring this round to the flat side first. It's not as critical for the second one because you can see where you're going to place the wreath. So I need it obviously to overlap. You don't want it, you know, too far in. But equally, I want to leave enough space for my sentiment, so I'm just going to give that a go there. Now you could you could change colour and put a lighter colour on the inside if you wanted to, so that you had a contrast, or you could use a crumb cake or something like that. So there's lots of things that you can do. I wonder if I might change colour. No, I'm going to leave it. So this is garden green. You could use shaded spruce as well. That would be a nice colour to work with. But it does, you know, it does really look quite fern-like, doesn't it? Okay, so my first generation. Turn it round, doesn't matter which way you're turning it. And my second generation. So you're just building up a thicker wreath, basically. If you're in a hurry and you've got a lot of cards to do, you could just do one layer. Okay, so this would be a good one to do while you're watching the television. Because if you stamp it twice, you know, it really doesn't matter. And if you miss one, you can go back and do it. So if you have a lot to do, that would be the way to do it. There we go. You could also miss out the second generation stamping if you wanted to, and just do it as a thinner wreath. Yes, Verity. There we go. And then the last one. So it really does build up a nice thick wreath inside. Do you do videos at all, Verity? Just not live ones? Doesn't matter if they're not live. I mean, it's nice to interact, but it's not the end of the world. There we go. There we have it. So there's our beautifully built up wreath. Voila. Okay, so for this one I've added Merry Christmas from the same stamp set, from the Curvy Christmas stamp set. Oh, sorry, trying to get out of the light. Like that. So this one here. And there are these little dots that I've used in my original one here. And I'm going to add, of course, a bit of bling today, my red rhinestones. So let's pop on the Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you, Janice. I do love this complete suite. And what I haven't shown you is the papers that you can get to go with it. So there we go, there's my Merry Christmas in there. So I've just done that in real red. I'm going to add a few of these dots in there. As I say, this would be nice with any of the 3 sprigs, like so. Just adding a little bit in the background. So I will show you the papers. Ah, okay, Verity. Well, do pop up your YouTube address on here, or how we can find you, and we'll all hop over and watch. Give you some love. Okay, so I'm going to use this trio punch. Pop this into the corner, and remember, press in the center. Okay, don't be tempted to press on this edge. It's designed to be pressed in the center and do all 3 together. So I just thought it filled in these corners nicely, and you get to see the red cards underneath. There we go. So this is my real red card. So you get 3 from a UK A4 on that. Obviously you could scale this card up and do a much bigger 5-inch square, 6-inch square if you wanted to. Take up quite a bit more stamping, but it would definitely work. So let's pop that onto there with some glue. I've got enough in there, so just avoiding those corners. I will put a tiny dot in each one with Inky Butterfly. Ah yes, you see, Carol's told me about your videos, so that's why I thought, oh, maybe she does some live. So we'll all go and see you after. And subscribe, that's the key, isn't it? There we go. So pop that on there, and then I'm going to add, of course, the fantastic red rhinestones. And what I like about these is they're quite flat, so they don't add too much dimension to your card for sending in the post. It's expensive enough as it is. We don't need to be sending this large letter, do we? There we go. Ah, come on then, Janice. Pop your link on here as well, or tell us where we can find you, please. There we go. They really do sparkle, don't they? And obviously you can add Wink of Stella to that. Just watch that. If you add a lot of Wink of Stella, it can make this bleed a little bit, but you can get a really nice effect by doing that, because it just softens the whole background. So there is today's card. There we go. And let me just show you 2 things. One is the papers. So this is the matching papers that go with this whole set. And you get 48 sheets. So we've got, I'll do one side and then the reverse. So this is that mistletoe design. Now I'm going to be using these tomorrow with some more of the dies. They're really nice. So this is crumb cake, shaded spruce and cherry cobbler. There we go, love the dots, they're very useful, those Christmas trees. Let's get those the right way around. Okay, so that's one side. And I think these would be great for children's or mail cards as well, because you've got stripes and stars and dots, so they don't necessarily have to be Christmas. And you've got this sort of checkerboard design, so all of them have a reverse side that's not a Christmas design. There we go, and that one there, and it's called Classic Christmas. You get 48 sheets, so you get those 12 designs and you get 4 each of each one. Now if anybody orders the Curvy Christmas bundle, then I'm including in there a quarter of a pack of this paper as a gift from me. So if you order the bundle, either including the Christmas set or without the Christmas set, you'll get an extra quarter pack of those from me for free. Let me show you the cards that we made earlier this week for anybody who didn't see those. I don't know if you saw them, Verity. And then we're done for today. For a change, I'm actually early. It's a miracle. So this is what we did on Monday, was using the curvy dies. I've got the floral one here, fleur-de-lis sort of thing, and then the dotty one here. And this is the floral stamp to go with it. This is my mail version. With the hooray for you. And I've ordered those. Oh, pleasure, Jeanette. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Yeah, it does work all year round, doesn't it, Janice? There's the rainbow one. Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure if you'd seen it or not. Thanks, Verity. So that's the die version. And then we've got the stamp version. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. For a change, short and sweet, makes up for my other ones this week, which have gone on a little bit longer than I intended. I am going to add some red rhinestones to this one. So enjoy the rest of your day for those of you that are watching live. And if you've been watching me on catch up, thank you so much. You're always welcome to comment and ask any questions. And if you're in the UK and looking for a demonstrator, then just give me a shout. I'd be more than happy to help you or send you a catalogue. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks, Janice. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Don't work too hard. Stay safe. Look after each other. I hope you can keep crafting too. Take care now. Bye-bye.